All right, just making sure we've got a couple things on the go here.
It looks like we're live.
Yeah, we should be live. I got one more live thing to start here, and then we should be good to go. All right, we'll give it a go here. And we should be good to go. All right. A little bit of a delay. That's not abnormal, right? All right, here we go. Go live. There we go. Now we're going live. Now we're live everywhere.
Okay, I was gonna say we've been live on Face or on YouTube for a quick minute.
That's true. We have. We'll see how many minutes it takes for people to start rolling in. We've had a few people ask, "Are you guys up and running? What's going on? Are you guys there?" Yes, we are here. 2/3 of us are here anyway. We are short. Our guest, Chris Jones, has been detained, delayed, so on and so forth. So we are. We have Jackie saying hello. Hello, Jackie. Had a few people ask.
Oh,
Are you guys up?
okay.
Where'd that come from? That's like in the past already.
Yeah.
Now we have time loops going on. Oh my gosh.
No,
Technical difficulties.
I try to monitor the comments on both YouTube and Facebook on the two external screens, so that way we can I can either respond as the Hypnosis Hero or I can respond and comment as me. So it looks like we've got Jackie joining us. So welcome. But Shawn, do you want to take me off the screen and I will still try to work out it, do any troubleshooting?
Yeah, we will say goodbye to Brian here shortly. Before we do, though, for those of you that are just joining us for the very first time, we are the hosts of Hypnosis Hero. My name is Shawn Kostiuk. I am not technically a military captain. I am more of a Starfleet captain, but I still have a uniform. And my co-host, Brian Bay, out on the West Coast. So welcome, Brian. We're going to send you away. We're going to try and get a couple more things squared away here so that we can get rolling with the podcast.
Awesome. Thanks.
All right. Now it's just me. Oh my gosh. Those of you that have joined us, let us know where you're joining from. For those of you that are on TikTok, hi to you. And definitely, if you have questions tonight for whichever guest it happens to be that we have, you can post those in the chat. If you just want to say hi, that's also great. If you want to share the live and let people know that we're here, that would be even better. Let us know where you're joining from. Roughly. You don't have to give us an exact address. We don't want to dox anybody. So this is the part of the show. Oh, we have Cindy joining in. There we go. I don't know, Jackie, if we put you up on the screen, but there we go. You're on the screen. Hi, Cindy. Viewer, a longtime viewer of the show. Hang on here. I got another person here. And I'll just send him. See if we actually get this here. All right. It's never any fun when things don't go swimmingly the first time. Joining from Connecticut, I have to remember exactly where. You guys have your abbreviations. I'm in Canada, so hence the outrageous Canadian accent. and I'm actually from Saskatchewan, so we actually, surprisingly for a Shawn Kostiuk, I actually do SK as my initials, and that's also the initials of the province. So I'm SK from SK. Cindy's joining in from Ohio. Awesome. Yeah, we got a couple people here in TikTok land joining in, and we actually have a guest. There we go. That's good. They're getting their tech sorted out behind the scenes, and then we are going to get rolling. So, typically, Brian and I would be bantering back and forth a little bit about what's going on in life and so on and so forth. I can tell you, I actually am also a full-time educator. So for us as educational consultant team, we were back at work officially today. Well, unofficially, officially today. And yeah, it's going to be a big, busy year. I deal with the digital learning portfolio, so teaching and learning with AI and all kinds of good things, robotics and coding and all the really fun stuff. So that's what I do on the side. Um, and yeah, it looks like we've got some people joining in here. Let's see. I'm going to give some extra permissions. There we go. And they should see the live chat now. All right. So I'm watching Brian going like this. Brian, are we good? Okay, he needs another minute. All right, not a problem. Anyway, inside that portfolio, I actually work with all grade levels, and it's really kind of interesting for me because being 5'3", I have to say I stumble on that because I used to be 5'4" at one point in my life. Being 5'3", I still have to look down when I get into school. So, all right. Well, somebody says hi. I'm going to guess that was probably Brian that said hi. Could have been Chris. All right. And because I am a Starfleet captain, of course, we start every episode with a cup of tea, Earl Grey, hot. That usually gets a laugh from people. All right. We got there. See what Brian is ready to do or not do here. All right, there we go. Get the good stuff going here. All right. If you have questions tonight, feel free to post them in the chat. We will put them up on the screen. It may not be right away, so just so you're aware of the format, may not be right away, but we will circle back to questions as they become either relevant to the topic or, when we're finished, whatever thought or rabbit bunny trail that we've been on up to that point. All right, Jackie is drinking tea. Okay, I think this is an appropriate time to have a straw poll and ask, what is your favorite tea? Because obviously mine is tea Earl Grey hot. I wouldn't have a mug this big if I actually didn't like it. Um, I will drink this over coffee almost at any point. And I'm gonna guess Cindy. Cindy, I'm guessing you're a coffee lady. You like a good latte. Excellent. Okay, so we're chamomile. Raspberry. One of my favorite berries. Um, Raspberries, blackberries, all good. Chris is posting in here. I'm gonna bring Brian. I'm bringing you on.
Oh shit.
And we're back.
So I'm actually on the phone with Chris. I'm trying to talk him through
Yep. What's going on?
some stuff. Where the link is, I think we're still trying to connect audio and video. Chris, is that
I can see Chris, and
Oh.
I'm pretty sure we'll be able to hear him once he comes on here.
Okay, Chris, Shawn can see you. I'm gonna jump off right now, and then, or is that the? Okay, cool. You're ready. Awesome. We'll give you an intro, and then be right there. Okay. Yep. You just wait till you see your face on that screen. Okay. Cool.
All right, smiles all around. I think we've got the tech stuff sorted out. Not a problem. Hey,
yeah.
Cindy's asking, what's the weather like in Canada? It was hot today, at least here where I am here. We had 30-degree weather, which is, I'm going to say, high 80s. And it is humid. And by the end of this week, it will be in the low 70s, high 60s, and probably raining. So
awesome.
As you say, Mother Nature's off her meds.
Yes. So, Shawn, I went through the trouble of putting together an introduction. You had a chance to review it and I think approve. And
we didn't get a chance to run it by Chris, did we?
We did not, but I think in the spirit of things, I think it's in good taste.
No, hang on. Say that again.
I said, or I think in good faith, it's in good taste. You read through it.
Yeah, I did.
No alarm bells went off in your head.
Well, it won't get us demonetized, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And Chris did give us Chris, in fairness, did give us a bio, but we kind of
we churched it up a little bit.
Yeah, we tweaked it. Would be the best way to look at it.
That's what Jim Kellner would do.
Yeah. So you want me to intro, or do you want to intro?
I've got it up here in front of me, so it's all right. So, all right, Hypnosis Heroes, buckle in. Today's guest is a guy who made America's most famous germaphobe, Howie Mandel, do the unthinkable. He shook hands. Yeah. On national television, so somewhere out there, a Purell stockholder is still crying. Chicago-born, grad school trained, he picked up his hypnosis, or he picked up hypnosis in his spare time, which, by the way, most people use to nap or binge Netflix. Instead, he learned how to make strangers cluck like chickens and celebrities forget they have boundaries. Since then, he's performed in all 50 states and internationally, hypnotizing audiences in Canada, Japan, South America, and probably at least one confused airport security line. You may know him from America's Got Talent, his Facebook watch show Double Take, or maybe because you thought you saw Drake at your local theater. That's right. He looks exactly like Drake, only instead of dropping albums, he drops Jaws. Offstage, he's chasing his daughter around the playground, which I believe caused part of the delay today, cracking up his wife and probably hypnotizing himself into believing parenthood comes with nap time. And spoiler alert, Chris, it does not. He performs over 200 shows a year, keeps his audiences laughing while questioning reality. And tonight, he's here to prove that nothing is impossible except convincing him to rap. Please welcome to the Hypnosis Hero podcast, the hypnotist, comic, and the Drake you can actually afford to book, Chris Jones.
That was very fun. Thank you. Oh my gosh.
No, we are so thankful we got that tech stuff worked out. I swear sometimes with these things, it's super just point, click, ready, set, go. And then other times you got to convert from metric to standard and acts of Congress and everything like
don't
that.
don't knock the metric over the freedom unit. and for the record, Howie's Canadian.
He is.
Yeah.
America's Got Talent at the time was Howard Stern, Howie
Yep.
Mandel, and I think
Mel B.
Heidi Klum. So 3 immigrants.
Yeah.
And a Jewish talk show American host. It was pretty good. Yep.
And as I recall, Howard actually buzzed you partway through the induction.
He did, yeah.
Was
that
make something, make a big splash or interruption?
Was that just like my heart sank a little bit where you're like, ruh-roh, I'm in trouble?
Yeah, he was like, I was like, oh man, like, do I get off stage now? And they're like, oh no, you have more buzzes. And I was like, oh.
Is it as loud? Is it as loud on stage, like in the theater, as they show it on TV?
I will say louder. It was nerve-wracking and long. Just like, oh, because it's meant to get your attention and get you the hell off a stage. So
oh yeah,
that lit a fire under my butt.
So how long were you actually on stage, and how much did they cut out? Did they edit?
Great question. I was the last act of the day because they didn't know what Howie Mandel was going to do afterwards, like how upset or whatever he'd be afterwards.
So everybody was in on it except him.
And so when people were like, he misused his trust, he did something immoral, you don't just get on America's Got Talent by saying, oh, let me just stand in line and wait and I'll be on with the judges. There was a whole process. And I had to tell the producers what I was going to do for every single round.
Right.
So I don't know. Honest to goodness, I could have been on stage for 30 minutes. Like literally, like, here's Chris Jones. Hi. FYI, some of you, if you don't want to get hypnotized, leave. And Nick Cannon goes, real deal, people. If you don't want to be hypnotized, leave. So like,
I remember that part where
stage, the invisible clock started.
Okay.
I think it's online now at 7.5 minutes, maybe 9.5 minutes. But there was no pre-show work. I can definitely tell you that.
So they were, if I understand you correctly, they had you go on last just in case Howie Mandel just absolutely went bonkers, storms out of the theater. It's like, all right, we
wanted to quit the show forever. Yeah.
So I a little bit of a spoiler alert, but you did run into him again. There was a reaction.
So I saw him for the first time on stage, and then at the viewing party was the second time. Like they held that for a few months. I think we filmed that in December and they dropped it in May.
Okay.
And they had invited me to a hotel to watch it with all the other contestants. Not every contestant, but like the ones that were on that episode. Right. And so I'm like literally drinking a beer next to Mel B. And then we're watching Howie and me, and he elbow bumps me, which was cool. And that was our
elbow bumps you rather than whack, sucker punch.
10 years go by, and then I'm at the Hard Rock Casino down the street.
Yeah.
And I bought tickets to see Arsenio Hall with Howie Mandel. And I got good center seats. And I knew they were going to do a question and answer at the end. And Howie Mandel's like, are there any more questions? And I go, I shook your hand on AGT. He's like, you shook my hand on AGT? Yeah. You their hypnotist? Yeah. F you. And the whole crowd lost their mind.
But at the viewing party, did you guys, what was that kind of like a, he's making peace, or like, hey, there's no bad blood or hard feelings or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Or I'm wondering if it was like, hey, you kind of gave him that little, you know what, maybe I can actually get over this.
I mean, I guess in fairness, the second round with Michael Bublé, when it didn't work for Buble. And I go, hey, Howie, person to person, if you ever want to get over this, let me know. And he's like, I'm cool. Like,
Yeah.
I put the offer there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty genuine with my body language. Like, if you want help, yeah, that's cool, fine.
Because
You
I saw some
find
interviews. I saw some interviews with him where he was like, at one point he was like, "Hey, like at first he was upset and kind of
Yeah.
angry. He really didn't know what to, but he really didn't like badmouth you. He goes, it it's kind of like his, when like you perceive that somebody did you wrong, and then you talk to somebody and they're like, or let's going to talk you
Yeah.
off the ledge, and he's
Yeah.
like, okay, like he really didn't embarrass me, violate me, do anything unethical. It
No.
was just my own thing kind of in my head. And he goes, yeah, it took a minute.
Right. And to be fair, I know it's my own case I'm arguing, but if I had gone, you forget your name, forget the number 4, cluck like a chicken, have a dance party, it's hot, it's cold, your shirt's on backwards, take your shirt off, versus you can shake hands with the other judges.
Yeah.
You can shake hands with other people.
Because you watch.
They reacted better than I did.
Oh, you could tell Mel B, Heidi, they were just like, when it was, you shook his hand. Yeah. They were like, "Oh my God, no way!
No, I want that." And I was like,
Nick Cannon's jumping around, and all the other hosts and everything. And then, like, you just see the look of just pure raw joy in Heidi and Mel B's, body language, their eyes, their whole face just lit up, like, "Oh my God!" And then Howard Stern's like, "No, my hands aren't clean. I went to the bathroom, didn't wash my hands," type of thing. But I mean, I think, and then there was that redhead in the audience that they showed where you were like, and she was boom, she is gonzo.
Yeah, she was gone way before Howie even went. So
yeah, and I love that bit where you write down, go to sleep on paper, and you were like, hey, is everything good? Because Howie was just like, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, and that came from the practice of doing a lot of radio and podcasts and not being able to say, go to sleep in the podcast or radio appearance.
Uh-huh.
And so I'd have someone read it on a text message or written down, because AGT happened after 5 years of doing it professionally.
Mm-hmm.
So, I became an overnight success after 5 long years.
Mm-hmm. And so take, you and I have had the conversation, and you kind of took me through it. But for the people for the viewers that are watching, how did that come to be? Like, what was your process that you had to go through to get on TV?
A lot of failing. I like to fail up. Yeah. The producers of America's Got Talent reached out to me and they said, hey, we want a hypnotist. We saw your YouTube videos. I still don't have a YouTube following. I have 10,000, 12,000 subscribers. I'd like to do something really good live and then be done.
Right.
But people kept filming my shows and putting full shows on. And it was nice that college people kept filming my shows. Producers found me. They said, we'll send you a bracelet. You can audition for the producers. I flew to Winston-Salem, I believe. And when you're at America's Got Talent, there are so many people auditioning with so many. It's like a flea market of talent.
Right.
They don't allow photos in there. I got shunned for taking a photo, but there was like a contortionist young lady and she had like a crazy deep voice. And I was like, your brain doesn't know which way to go.
You're like, no, I'm scared, kind of.
Yeah. But I tried with a couple producers and I did PK touches. If you know mentalism, you know PK touches. It's fine. It's not hypnosis. Then the second time I called and said, hey, I didn't do very well. Give me one more round. Like, we're coming to Chicago. And I go, great. So I showed up. I showed them a video. I was like, look what I've done in the past. And they're like, we want to see something live. So that's the takeaway. If no one asked me for advice, but don't tell, show, and don't show it recorded. Show it right then and there. Do it live, do the thing. And if you have a unique thing that no one else can do, or that is yours, you'll probably see success. And if you don't have that unique thing that is yours, make it. And then all these doors will open for you.
Yeah, and that was so you with America's Got Talent calling you and reaching out, is that sort of like you kind of feel like you have a little bit of a leg up where you're like, all right, they want me to at least come out. I don't have to go into this full.
Well, that's a great question too. I had an agent, and it's funny. My agents were telling me I don't need to do it. My agent now is Salish, but my old agents for the college market are like, what are you doing? You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. It never works out for people. It doesn't work for hypnosis. TV doesn't work for hypnosis. I was like, all right, well, I got to take a swing. Like,
you're like, at least people will know who I am. I get some additional viewers. Like, so
yeah, it doesn't hurt. But that was cool. And because of that, I got to meet all these hypnotists. Like,
so there were other.
No. Like, I discovered this world of hypnosis, this online community, and Jason Linett, for example, had me on his podcast. I flew to Virginia to be on his podcast, and then I discovered, because of him, Hypno Thoughts, and I was like, Salish, do you know about Hypno Thoughts? He's like, yeah, it's in Vegas. I've never been. I was like, look, that's my
Salish is awesome, man.
My Salish is pretty good. And he's like, if you go, I'll go. And I'm like, all right, let's go. So
quick side note, Salish has got like the coolest coolest glasses like known to man.
Yeah, he's a cool cat. And he's dangerous in that he knows a lot about a lot.
Oh yeah.
I can start a conversation with anybody, but he can go deep into thoughts with people, like anyone. But yeah, that's
just super kind and humble too. I love spending time with him. But yeah, so with the audition process, how many rounds or whatever did you have to go through to?
One failed, one pretty good. And they flew me to New York, and I did the thing live for Howie in a live audience.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went home. I had waited. They flew me back. It was close to my birthday. When they flew me back, we did the viewing party, and the day after the viewing party is when I did the next round, the judges cut. And I tried to hypnotize Bublé. I tried to do something with the audience. And they warned me, like, Mel B doesn't want to get hypnotized.
Right.
So I was like, okay.
Yeah, that I do remember that, because when they were like, if you don't want to get hypnoptized, like, she stands up.
She stood up immediately.
And like, no, you have to stay and judge this.
Mel kind of struck me as the judge that wanted to be least involved in what everything was happening on the stage. She wanted to be third person, away from the action.
Yeah, which is fine. But, that kind of hinders what one can do. I don't really know a hypnotist who can do a routine by themselves. Like the late, great Jim Wand, as part of his finale, would do the human bridge, and he'd have his head on a chair and the legs on the chair, and let a student step on his stomach. That was to prevent someone else from getting hurt, but he knew that he could hypnotize himself. He could hold the weight. That would be his finale. I could do that, but I would still need someone to put me onto two chairs. Again, I don't know. It's not like stand-up comedy or like juggling where you can just rehearse and say, this looks cool if anyone happens to watch.
Yeah. And you also, like your analogy with a stand-up comic, you need people to laugh.
Yeah. Yeah. Even for the timing and your energy.
Oh yeah, it's so crucial. My cousin was doing some radio, like a morning show, and he worked at a radio station, and so the morning show guys it could have been the afternoon, but anyway, one of the talk show guys would bring him on periodically for a couple of few minutes at a time. And he said, it's crazy now. He's one of the most like funny, happy-go-lucky kind of guys in the world. I idolized him as a young child growing up. And he was like, yeah, man, it's crazy because you tell all these jokes. I can't hear people laughing, because I'm just talking into the microphone in a room with, 3 or 4 other people. I have no idea what the reaction's getting, if I'm killing it or not. That's that. But
So a couple of shout outs while we're here. We got Gen C on TikTok. Coach Mike had dropped by. These are fans that have supported the show from the TikTok side of things. Mm-hmm. And we have Fraser Penman, who is at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival right now. Actually, he just finished a show out there, and he's tuning in. Fraser and Matt Hale are sharing the duties of being the premier hypnotists at the Fringe Festival in Edinburgh.
Cool. I want to go to Fringe. If they want to hit me up, I'd like to go there next fall. That'd be pretty darn cool for me.
Yeah.
I probably should hit them up because they're the ones currently doing things that I would like to explore.
Well, you know what? We'll make sure you and Penman get connected, and he can tell you where you need to go and how you need to apply for things and so on and so forth.
That's my way of asking for help. Because
and Penman saying, Shawn, you're coming too. I'll take you for a tour, big guy.
Hey, and, there's 3 of us here.
Yeah, but my grandmother comes from Scotland, so so I'll you know what, Fraser, if I make it over there, I will come in the clan tartan, which is the Clark tartan.
So actually, Chris, you mentioned earlier YouTube. So for everybody that's on there, subscribe to Chris, youtube.com/ @1 Chris Jones. So 1 word Chris Jones, and give him a like, a subscribe.
You'll have to compete with Jackie because she is an amazing person and she'll always hit first and be the first one to comment on my videos. Oh, Jackie's pretty darn cool.
No, that's I think. Wait, hold on. Let me scroll up in the comments.
She's here.
Oh, she's definitely in here. Yeah. So Jackie, she was first in the YouTube comments this evening. So
that's
always.
Fraser says there's enough whiskey to go around, so you won't be left out.
Yes, we might even drag Grant over there. I think that's just a hop, skip, and a jump from him, or for him.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that far. Penman said he'll reach out to you, Chris, tomorrow on Facebook.
Please do. And let me apologize, and I'll apologize later. Today has been a good, wonderful day, but it's been a little rough. We're back in a welcome week for colleges and all this jazz. And I should have been home yesterday. But when I landed in Houghton, Upper Michigan, right? Up, it's above Wisconsin. I land. They don't have a rent-a-car for me. I'm like, look, I have an email confirming it, and I have an email saying they canceled me. National, why did you cancel my thing? I don't know. The plan was to perform and then start the drive back to Chicago, and today was my one family day before I hit the road again. The day that I left, our basement flooded a little bit, but everyone's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So it smells like wet dog down here.
Oof.
Word to the wise, keep your books elevated, electronics elevated. But yeah, it just made me half a day behind on everything. So I apologize.
I see. I was anticipating a Drake version of a Seinfeld bit where it's like, I don't think you understand the purpose of a reservation.
I felt that. And then flights behind me were canceled. And so they got all these hotels. And I'm at the public library just like advancing shows, right?
Yeah.
Because like there's no place else to go there. And I do a really fun show. I go to the hotel and I go, hey, do you have any more rooms? I see there's one couple of rooms left on price line. And the person goes, no, sorry, we're all booked. So I go to
Like, how about for
Walmart.
Drake?
Like, this is last night. I go to Walmart, I get a sandwich, I get a couple sodas, and I buy a sleeping bag and a hammock because I'm in Upper Michigan. And I just decide I'm going to sleep outside somewhere.
Right.
So I got my suitcase and my book bag and my big speaker, and I'm listening to an audiobook on making a better self. And I'm walking. There's no Uber lifts at 11 o'clock on a Monday. I'm walking,
Right.
and finally a car comes by, and it's the front desk worker. And they go, did you ever find a space? I was like, no. You can crash at my house. So the hotel front desk worker named Chloe drove with me to their house. We talked about our life story. I'm like, I'm a hypnotist, traveling hypnotist, national, messed me up. I should be home already, but I'm here with you. And the show was great, so I'm happy. And they said, my family's in the house, but we have an RV in our front yard.
Mm-hmm.
And so I stayed in their RV in my little newly purchased sleeping bag. It's one of the best sleeps ever. And Chloe was like, I'm sorry, you could have slept in the house. And I was like, no, I was going to sleep outside of the airport. Like that was my last night.
I'm going to sleep in the air, throw my hammock in between some.
Yeah. I would have found a parked car and just MacGyvered that. But
yeah.
But I'm going to do it again tomorrow. I mean,
it's pretty cool. Like smaller town.
Hospitality was really, and it's a college town.
Yeah.
Michigan Institute of Technology. I think it's MIT. Yeah. But just all these parents took all the hotels, God bless them, bringing their kids to school.
Sure.
I wasn't expecting to have a hotel. I just wanted my rent-a-car and get home, drive. When you want to get back to family, you can drive forever.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, I want to be in my bed. I want to be with my family.
Every single lower enlisted in the military, like, can super relate to that. Going, I'm going to maximize my leave. If I sign out now at midnight, I can.
Yeah.
I'll be there for breakfast.
Yeah. I'll nap in the car. I don't care. Yeah. So let's also talk about the plight of the hypnotist.
Yeah.
Unless you're working full time, and I mean, like, I don't have a 9 to 5. Hypnosis is my 9 to 5. I mean, unless you're working 52 weeks a year in some capacity, gigging 52 weeks a year, you're going to run out of money at some point. And I'm at the point where, because I do these college shows I pay after, you buy your flights, you get your rent-a-cars, you do all this, and then your money's gone because you purchase stuff ahead of time. Same with magicians. I got a gig. I need a new trick. And then you buy this new trick, and there's not a great resale value for magic sticks. Like your props and what have you. So I'm definitely not saying that I'm broke, but I am asking, how much does this podcast pay?
We pay in Canadian, so
you're
in trouble.
Unfortunately, I'll take it. Don't talk about Canadian money. Your money has Braille in it. I love Canadian money. It's waterproof and it's thoughtful.
Well, that's true. It is waterproof, yes, and we do code our coins so that if somebody is visually impaired, they can feel the coin and figure out.
Same with the dollars.
Yeah,
and they got some wild colors with the banknotes.
Well, we decided that green, like Saskatchewan, green and white. That's the color of our football team. And we're good with green here in Saskatchewan, but Ontario, they like colors because they get different colors in the fall and whatnot. So they figured that, well, we'll make some kind of reddish, we'll make some kind of brown, and we'll make some kind of and then they decided we'll make some kind of metal, and that's kind of go old school on everybody and make us carry change purses now.
There's a hypnosis conference coming up in Detroit in September. We were all in the car, wifey, daughter, and me, and Salish called. What's up, Uncle Salish? You guys thinking about going to this conference in Michigan? And I'm like, I don't know. You're on speakerphone. Stacy, you want to go? And she's thinking it falls pretty close to my daughter's birthday, but I'd like to attend. I'd like to listen. Are you
We've
focused on that
definitely
one?
put in a plug. That's Dan Goyette's conference, the Michigan International Hypnosis Conference. He's got an extremely robust lineup of speakers. Dan puts on a really, really good conference, and the swag. Let me tell you, there is a good possibility that somebody could walk out with some premier tech equipment. Like Dan is a tech guy from days gone by, and he's got great relationship with his vendors, and he comes up with like who won? There was like a great big microphone, Rode microphone or something like that
Ooh,
at PHS. Um, that Dan brought over as one of the prizes. Like some of the PHS prizes that we had this last January, Dan brought those over. He
Oh
just
yeah.
he just keeps collecting these things, and it's like, Dan, where are you getting all this stuff? Oh well, I know a guy.
Oh no,
well,
that's awesome.
Dan likes to brag that he doesn't have a partner or a wife that he has to go, can I? Dan just does.
Yeah, he does. Dan does have to answer to somebody.
He has someone now?
Well, he has a business person that he answers to.
He has a business person, but not a romantic partner. He has to say, hey, can I do this? And we still be romantic later.
Jury's still out.
Oh. All right, if everyone's pleading the fifth.
At least from my understanding,
Now we're starting rumors. Okay,
uh,
for those of you just joining in, um, tune in next week.
yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. Speaking of
No,
guys just tuning in, Tommy Giorlando, also
Tommy?
from
the
Michigan.
Hockey Town hypnotist.
Yep.
Tommy,
Good.
last I saw, was doing something on a cruise ship, and that seems very exciting. Trying to get a voyage of hypnotists together for a cruise ship, which I think is brilliant.
Yeah, and Tommy, I saw your post. Congratulations again on what is this, like your 12th kid or something? I'm losing
Number
track.
6.
Is
and then
Tommy and his wife pregnant again?
not anymore.
Just delivered.
Oh, congratulations! That's wonderful. Good for
So-
y'all. Good job, Tommy.
So Jody's going to be speaking
Jody's
in
going to
Detroit.
be there. Jody and I
So-
enjoyed a car trip
Yeah,
in beautiful
Jody is.
mid-America.
Yeah, Jody actually has something coming up with Cormac Colleran in the very near future, dealing with hypnosis and trauma, and how to effectively work with that, and addiction. Also, I believe is also a part of that.
Yeah, when they came on the show, it was interesting just because it was, I don't do any hypnotherapy. Not to say that it's not entirely off the table. It's just kind of navigating the waters of the administrative requirements and licensing and things like that. But
Different headaches.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the entertainment side is kind of what appeals to me the most. But Chris, you were talking about kind of how you have to lay out money, advanced stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like, all right, ramen and noodles, and then all of a sudden all the checks come in, and you're like, all right, cool, I'm back.
Yeah,
your head
it's
above
feast
water.
and famine, right?
Do
And-
you for the people that may be contemplating or whatnot? Is there a way that do you take deposits from any of these colleges, or what's the turnaround time from when you
Not really for
perform to
schools. Like if you're doing a post prom, for example, or post graduation,
Mhm.
usually that's with the parent group. So it's
Mhm.
not, it's school adjacent. Like
Yeah.
it's going to be in a banquet hall, probably not in the school. Maybe if the school's small enough, in their gym.
Right.
Sometimes I've performed in like the basement of YMCA, and you can go, hey, I need a deposit of 20% or whatever. Michael DeShalit is really, really, really an expert on getting deposits and contracts. So Michael, I will point to him and tap him for if you're looking for how to keep your calendar on track and those dates in order. But no, usually you get paid maybe sometimes pre-COVID, right after the show. Thank you for this check. And then you take a photo of the check.
Yeah.
Post-COVID,
You're like, deposit now.
yeah, they're like, we're gonna put it in the mail. We gave it to the agency, and you're like, okay, cool, fine. Gulp, literally at Mid America, at William Mitchell's conference. Salish was in the car, rent a car in front of me because we all had post proms that weekend.
Mhm.
We all did. Salish takes his rent a car, and I'm behind him, and I give them my card, and they go, "This is a debit." And I'm just holding my breath because they'll throw a deposit on there of like $200, $500 sometimes, and
Yeah.
I'm like, "Please, please, please."
Yeah.
All right, you're good. I'm like, "Oh, thank God." All right, let's go. Let's drive away. And then there was like, "Chris, you want to join us for hibachi?" And I'm like,
You
"No,
buying?
I'm gonna drink water."
Yeah, it's
You asked me at 2:00 in the morning post show, I got you. But right now,
yeah.
water.
And that's like taking Las Vegas with you everywhere you go. You're like, swipe the card, come on, rental car.
No whammy. Yeah.
I haven't heard that for a while.
And the other kicker is, if I could do this all over again, I love that I've seen 50 states. I have. But if there was a mini me saying, "Hey, how would you do this? Make money, have fun," I would say pick a state.
Mm-hmm.
Stay in that one state, because a couple states like Wisconsin are like, "Hey, you owe us back taxes." And I'm like, "From when?" 2023. I'm like, 2023? You guys are on, man, this is 2025. Get on my level.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
just levy $1,200 out of my account. And I was like, "That's not cool." And they're like, "Well, you have to file." And I go, "I filed my taxes for Illinois and for the feds. What are you doing?" And they're like, "Well, you've been at LLC and at S Corp for years. We need to see some filings." Like, all right. So again, if I could go back in time, I still love the journey. Still that I've seen all the states. I've
Mhm.
made so many great friends, but the tax man cometh.
Oh yeah. You know, death and taxes.
Death and taxes.
So actually, kind of on that note, uh, we're gonna, you know what? Grant and I already talked with him. My good kind of a plug for Performing Hypnosis Summit in January. We're gonna have my friend Brent Arnold from Templar Financial. He's a Navy veteran. He's got his own wealth management firm. Probably one of top 5 smartest guys that I know, and he's actually going to be doing a talk on business planning, leveraging your business for tax sheltering and really maximizing your income and also the structure of things, so that way you can insulate yourself from certain things. It's like,
That's
all right,
awesome.
hey, here's a separating bank accounts, things like that. So that's going to be there's not going to be any additional cost to the conference for doing that. He's going to go, here's the baseline, and just have known him for a number of years, as long as I have, and actually seeing his style is just, how can I help? How can I be a resource, point people in the right direction? And if there's something that he can do for you, all right, cool, let's work together. But there's no hard sales or anything like that.
I'm looking. Thank you. You told me a lot about Brent. For folks listening, Brian and I talk a lot. Like,
wait, you admitted it on air. All right, take this. This is a win. This is a W in my column.
You probably call me, and I missed you twice, but then I call you back the third time. I think that's probably fair.
I would. I mean, it's really strange, because there's stuff where, I'll be like, you know what? I've got a question for Chris, and then you'll pop me a text message, and I'll give you a call, and you're like, oh, hey, what's up, man? I'm like, hey, is this a bad time? No, man, I always got time for you. What's shaking? And I was like, dude, you must have been reading my mind. Or I'll call you and be like, man, I was just thinking about you like 10 minutes ago. And I'm like, the cameras in your house are working. But
yeah.
But no, I have been, we met at PHS last year, I believe.
Yeah.
And then
I remember you were working the camera. You were the camera person who was asking some of the best questions.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And
don't keep feeding his ego like that, Chris.
No, it's accurate. You were there, and you think there's just camera person, your job is there to do this and turn on the axis. But you're like, let's comment on the thing you just said. Break that down some more. Can you make that more digestible for me?
Well,
And
from my
that was awesome.
perspective, it was, I'm far from like this mega, super experienced guy. I've been on stage a handful of times with Jim, and hypnosis was just something like you do in the bar when your friends are like, hey, we can kind of set this thing up instead of running around going, hey guys, I'm a hypnotist. You try to keep the socially awkwardness at a minimum, but it was stuff that popped into my mind going, all right, if I were in a new person's shoes, can you break this down? And then also trying to get a little value, trying to get a little more value with people who are watching the videos or tuning in online. Because we were broadcasting those for people that just purchased the online only admission, and then some of the stuff did come from the comments and things like that. But it was just like, all right, if I have the question, chances are 10 other people have that as well.
I enjoyed that conference so much because Hypnothoughts was great. I've been there twice, and I had the privilege of being a speaker for the African American hypnotists panel.
Right.
Scott did a great job, period, not a comma. Performing Hypnosis Summit, maybe it was the right time and the right place, and I was maybe the right maturity, but I was like, these are my people, because it's the hat on the hat that these are stage hypnotists all talking about the same concerns and problems and solutions and success. And
because Jim had talked a lot, and for years he was like, come down to Vegas, if you volunteer, and you can get a discount on some things. And I was just dealing with some stuff with the VA and other administrative things. But from my understanding, because I've never been to Hypnothoughts, going into Las Vegas in the middle of summer, it's like I know better. But my understanding is that conference is about 50-50 stage and the therapeutic side. Is that a
I
fair
didn't go
assessment?
this year. Go ahead, Sean. You want to speak about that?
Say probably 70-30 therapeutic to stage.
Yeah, I would think.
Okay.
I would think so, because there were a lot of women there, and I was like, "Oh, this is great! This is great! I want to see more women doing hypnosis." And then I met a lot of women who weren't doing hypnosis on stage, and I'm
therapist. And you're like,
right. I'm not certain, but I think the lady hypnotist Tina was there.
Yep.
Not certain, but pretty certain.
And she's
I
here.
was like, I know she was here. I just saw her. I was like, hey, I need you to hop on stage. I work very hard not to tell people what to do, but I'm going to need you to get on stage because you offer something that the gentlemen here don't offer. Perspective and jokes and stories. And as a guy who has a daughter, I want people who look like my daughter to be on stage.
Yeah.
And then she did a show that I couldn't do in Wisconsin, and they sung her praises. So that made me look fantastic.
And what I think one of my fond memories was from PHS, and my interaction with you was we were at a very special person's house, and there's a little bit of like a museum type stuff if you're a Star Wars nerd and kind of a film tech junkie.
We were with George Lucas. Continue.
Yeah. And so a good friend of mine who's a psychologist was just some stuff's was going on with his life, and he was just like, man, I'm kind of struggling. So I called him, just be like, hey dude, this, like, you totally should have come down, and rubbing his nose in it a little bit, but in a loving way. And I'm like, hey dude, showing him around, I'm like, this is the cool stuff. And I was like, hey, hold on a second, put him on video, because we're showing him around. And you were chatting with some people, and I was like, Chris, hey dude, my buddy that I was telling you about, you say hi real fast. I've got him on video chat, and you were like, yeah, hold please. Chatted him up, and my friend still is like, blew his mind, and he thought that was the absolute coolest and kindest thing. And then I'll never forget, this is like the part that kind of blew me away, is he said, hey man, the hypnosis community, especially on the therapeutic side, we need people like you with the professional designations and everything like that to, add credibility and kind of expand our stuff and kind of, watch each other's backs here. And he was just like, I don't know what to say. So I'm really trying to get him to come down in January. So yeah, that's it. Just seeing, like, I can't say enough, man. The kindness of you and Salish and Kevin and all the people that I have met. It's just been wonderful, man.
Oh, well, it's a good group.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. We've done a very good job of creating community and creating that ability to, Chris, I have a question. How did you handle this when, Brian, I have a question. When, Salish, when you were doing this,
Yeah.
what was, we have that community, we have that base, and it just lifts all of us up to a whole nother level.
And there seemed to be very like ego as far as like, I'm, the seasoned veterans that have been doing this. There was I'm confident in my abilities, but then there was also the stuff of like, there's really no competition. There was so much of a collaborative kind of attitude about everything. It's like, oh, well, I'm thinking about doing this. All right, let's play it out. Let's throw some ideas at this and see what sticks.
Yeah.
And Chris, the lady hypnotist, Christina, says 2 years ago, and she was so grateful that the one and only Chris Jones was willing to send me to his clients. So I mean, a referral is probably the highest compliment that someone can receive.
We have a question here on TikTok, circling back to something that you said earlier, Chris, and that is, what is your biggest success? And you mentioned success. What do you feel is your biggest success?
Getting over my own stuff to marry my wife and having a kid and a half, one due in December, without question. Like, America's Got Talent was really nice. I had a TV show with John Cena, had a Walmart commercial. I just met Mr. Beast and filmed with him like 4 days ago.
Yeah, we need to hear about that.
Yeah,
keep answering Sean's question.
No,
your wife's gonna watch this and cry.
The fact that I have a really beautiful wife, I'm superficial. She's really beautiful.
Right.
She's a very, very wonderful person and beautiful on the inside as well. But she's one of the beautiful people that doesn't get told that they're beautiful enough. Like, oh, thank you, you're so helpful. Thank you, you helped me. Like, she's a social worker who, like, when people, it's terrible, like, lose a loved one, she finds the money to pay for the funeral. Or if someone loses their home, or God forbid that there's a shooting across the street and it's not safe for them to be in the neighborhood, she finds them a safe hotel until the thing boils down. And she just connects people to resources. She plays midfield soccer, right? She doesn't attack the goalie, and she doesn't have to defend. She connects, and she keeps the game of life going. That's my wife. And without her encouraging me that I could be more mature.
You're just Drake's stunt double. And no, Chris, you have spoken on our conversations and phone calls and stuff. You have, it's just so obvious how high you hold her in regard and esteem, and you speak highly of her. And it takes a strong woman to hold the house down while you're out. And it also speaks volumes for you, because I've asked you, I'm like, how do you balance it? And you're like, I try to be on the road no longer than X many days.
Yeah.
And then turn around and come home because, kids, they're born. Then all of a sudden it's like they're crawling, they're mobile, they're walking, words, no more diapers, yay preschool. All of a sudden now it's sports, and pretty soon you're going to blink, spin around 3 times, and it's driving graduation. And when's dad going to perform at your college show? Type of a thing. So it's, and coming from the military, having to deal with, or, be around, spouses that, their husbands are deployed or, whatnot. It's like, when you're in Florida or you're out of town and something floods with the house, it's not, oh my God, what do I do? It's like, hey, here's what happened. Here's what's going on, keeping you aware of it. I've got it under control. And you're like, cool, I can separate that real quick, focus on my show, do that mission, and then dial back with, all right, let's check in. And man, just the teamwork. It's, you guys keep doing this, you're going to spin around and go, it's 30 years gone by.
Yeah, hopefully.
And you still look like Drake.
Oh God.
But, and the fact that
Brian, what's your obsession with Canadians?
No, it's no. So here's actually in all seriousness, this is another testament to the respect that you and your wife have for each other. You jump on stage, you're like, all right, I'm going to do the Drake bit.
Routine,
yeah, and then it's like you've got these women who are just like starstruck and dreamy eyes, and I mean, granted, they're hypnotized, so I mean, I could look like John Cena and everything like that. But it's like she gets it, like it's a routine, it's an entertainment thing. And then you also have talked about, like, when I'm taking photos, hands are visible, there's nothing, like I don't want the slightest bit of accusations or things to go sideways. And it really goes to show, again, the respect that you guys have for each other is amazing.
Yeah.
And I wish more people could be like that. Oh, Sean's bat phone is ringing.
Yeah. It's not ringing anymore.
Let me see how long I can stretch real fast.
Yeah.
That's my mentalism section. And this is one of the finest books, Nils, My Fellow Traveler, by Darren Brown. Huge fan of this one. He talks about taking photos with fans. Little secret, if you didn't even buy the book, I'll give it to you now. He learned American Sign Language, British Sign Language. Grant, is there a difference in sign languages?
We tend to have a lot more use in our vocabulary, but I think ASL is pretty standard.
So yeah, he would in his photos he would make, oh, can I get a photo? Yay. And he would give himself a hint, the person's name, the first letter with alphabet letters. So he was like, took a photo of you and me. Oh yeah, I took that in what was that? 2016. Alan, right? Darren Brown, remember my name from 2016.
Oh yeah.
Genius.
Yeah.
So he has like a word palace, and he does the American Sign Language so that he gives himself a signal who he's talking to. I met him once. Brilliant man. Brilliant.
Oh, Chris, Becca from England woke up and made the time. It is like some ungodly hour, like 2:00 in the morning.
Thanks, Becca.
Yeah, it's also 2:00 in the morning for Fraser and Grant. So,
yay! Yay!
So,
all right, you want to hear about the Beast?
I do. You guys had.
You were texting me. I love you, Brian, so much. You're like, "Are you just standing next to Mr. Beast?"
Well, I didn't know. Well, so
it looks strange.
I'll paint the picture. So it's, I don't know, some ridiculous like midnight, 11:00 hour or something like that. And all of a sudden, like I've got 2 screens on the desktop, and so I'm doing some stuff, and then like I click refresh on Facebook, and all of a sudden, Chris Jones was live like 3 minutes ago, and I'm like, I didn't know you were in Miami. I thought you had that one show that I wasn't able to get out for that, but and so I popped a text. I'm like, are you in Miami? And then it's like, refresh. Oh, here's another live something. You're like, oh yeah, we're doing this. I'll let you share
Yeah.
what you guys were doing.
So I'm sure he wouldn't mind me saying his name. Oz Perlman, the mentalist, who's everywhere for ESPN, who's doing all this incredible stuff. He was just on Joe Rogan. We were on AGT at the same season.
I just saw the picture that you texted me. I'm like, are you
Yeah.
standing next to him, or like, did you guys fall asleep standing up? Because I know that's possible.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's Mr. Beast. That's me.
Yeah.
You're like, are you just standing next to Mr. Beast? I'm like, I didn't respond because I was like between airports and things like that, and
Right.
service was crap in the whatever. But I'm at the aquarium with my daughter, 100% dad mode. This is last Tuesday, a week from today, and he goes, urgent, call me, huge opportunity, YouTube influencer, and I'm like, hey, he's like, are you free Thursday? I'm like, yeah, whatever you want, book me, because when I compare my paycheck to his paychecks, I got to add a couple zeros.
Yeah.
Got to add a couple zeros.
If he can fly me down, I'm
Got to
there.
add a couple. I was like, you can take 50%, and I will still pay my mortgage for 6 months. And he says it doesn't pay, and I go, oh well, what's up?
I'm like, can you at
Jimmy,
least get me there and back?
doing a fundraiser for clean water. I'm like, oh well, I'm in. Get me a clean water. And he's like, you got to get to Miami. I'll put you on the thread with them. So they reached out and they're like, hey, you're a hypnotist. Cool. We want to torture Jimmy and his friends. And people watch the torture and they can decide what torturous things happen.
Is Jimmy
and if
Mr.
they raise
Beast?
enough money, he'll do the things. So I show up in there and there's a dog collar on him. And
you're like, what kind of kinky shit did I get myself get into?
There's a cockroach thing, and they're spray painting his friends, and they
So
have
is Jimmy Mr. Beast?
Yeah, he's Mr. Beast.
Okay.
And then there's Aiden, there's one other gentleman, and we're waiting. I knew it wasn't guaranteed, so I was very vague with my Facebook stuff. Because my other friend, Wes Barker, great magician, also on AGT with me, he's one of the stars of Big Trick Energy.
Yeah.
A fellow Canadian. Hey, yo. He's like, told me this great story. He told everyone during his comedy show, which is amazing, about having the chance to perform for Mr. Beast and being in a hotel and it not working out. But his buddy got the gig. And Wes, I guess, was kind of like the backup. And so he's like, just, if you ever know, you might not. Nothing against him. It's just sometimes you need a backup for live production.
Right.
So the night keeps going and there's a albino kangaroo there. And they let the kangaroo holder go and they let the snake holder go and they let all these people go. And I'm there with.
Would have been like, you take the snake with you, Mr. Snake Holder. But leave the albino kangaroo.
I met a woman named Wendy who is a polygraph teacher.
Okay.
Teach people how to take polygraphs and administrative people, fed people their questions. And she asked one of the guys questions and they got to prank their friend as they're with the polygraph. And it's now midnight and they're at $5 million. And they go, hey, Chris, can I talk to you? I think you can go home now. And I'm like, that's cool. I'm from Chicago.
You're stuck with me.
I'll fly tomorrow. She's like, okay, well, we'll find you a hotel. And I was like, cool. And I just stuck around. I didn't ask permission. I just stuck around. And then they decided we're going to go $7 million. So they kept calling people, hey, do you have $20,000? And then it's 3:00 in the morning. And it's clear they're running on fumes.
Wait, so they're calling people.
They're calling people, live streaming. Like they don't get off the live stream, just keep asking friends for money. And they're at like $7.5 million in like
that's like the good and bad. Like, hey, I'm like super close and good buddies with Mr. Beast. And then it's like, yeah, but the flip side of that is like you're going to get random phone calls. Hey, I need $30,000 for this.
Yeah, the UFC, Dana White, he called. I don't know if it was like $100,000 that he gave, but at some point I gained some courage, and it was just me and a barber there. Her name's Nicole, and I go down there and I'm just shuffling my cards, and Mr. Beast comes out to like use the restroom, whatever. And he goes, just clearly tired. Like, you doing magic? You do tricks? I was like, yeah. He's like, we'll have you on. I was like, yes. Literally just standing in the right place with something visual. And then I walk, he's like, go on in. I'll join you. And I'm like, hey guys, I'm the hypnotist. And one of the guys like, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. I was like, great, cool.
You've been up for like 22 hours. This is going to be easy.
So another thing that anyone can borrow this, please. When you go on TV and you have to do something, or radio, I thought I would do the induction on a laptop and give that person headphones. So if there's 2 news anchors, I give one of the anchors the headphones and the laptop, and I can talk to this other person about hypnosis and the event that's coming up while this person tries to get hypnotized. If it works, great. I can then do routines.
They're plugged. Their audio is plugged into a laptop, and that's an induction.
33,000 people watching the stream, and I don't want any of them getting hypnotized. So I go, you listen to this video, my friend. I'll talk to these 3 folks.
And that's of you doing the induction and the suggestibility.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep. So that worked. And he's like, yeah, man, I definitely feel something. And then Aiden, who has all these millions of viewers, he goes, oh, I got hypnotized in Vegas. I did not know that. When he said I got hypnotized in Vegas, I was just like, swing, handshake,
by who?
drop. And the other guy's like studying it, like all up in there, like, what? I don't believe it. I bet you met him before the show. I'm like, I've been upstairs since 4 p.m. It's 4 a.m. now. You would have seen me. It's like, someone here helped you. And I was like, okay, how about this? I'll levitate someone with fingertips. I don't believe it. Okay, cool. If I'm wrong, $100. What? You donate $100. And so we did the finger levitation, do float. Mr. Beast comes back. I'm like, I'm going to try to hypnotize Mr. Beast. And he's like, I've tried before, another hypnotist. I paid lots of money. I really tried, didn't work. I'm like, we'll see. Took him back there, did a thing, came back. And then he was just high the rest of the show.
he looked it.
He was gone in the eyes. Yeah. So
did you ever get any feedback from him? Like, hey, I like, this is really cool, or
the text thread is pretty cool. Mr. Jimmy, Mr. Beast. Mr. Jimmy is Drake. The text thread is pretty cool. It goes, Chris, so sorry we didn't pull you on the stream. We were so grateful you made the trip, confirming we'll cover your flights. Then the next one is, bruh, we did. He hypnotized all 3 of them. It was insane. Jimmy thought he wasn't hypnotized, and then he proceeded to act drunk and unhinged. Same with XQC. Aiden fully went out. Aiden had to leave the stream to shake it off. Chris convinced XQC to get the world's most expensive haircut. I did do that. I forgot that. So.
Oh, was that somebody donated
X amount of dollars? It's not something that we would have, right, Chris? The world's most expensive.
That's right. So smooth. Because the barber's there, and I'm like, get us on. They're running on steam. Like, they have nothing left in it because they raised all this money. They put all this work in at the beginning, right? The Daily Show and Good Morning America to tell people to tune into live stream, to donate, that they're exhausted. It wasn't that they were on for 12 hours. They've been leading up and had this idea for days. So I'm like, let's go. I was like, you could do the world's most expensive haircut. It was $16,420. And I went down there and I was like, hey, man, there's a barber up there. I know you said you're going to cut off all your hair if you raise $1 million. But 2 world records, because they were going for the world record, most money raised in a live stream, $11 million. And I go,
right.
You get 2 world records. If you tell my friend Nicole, come downstairs, $20,000. That's it. World record on this live stream. All for clean water. And he's like, where does the money go? To the thing. To charity. To this thing. He's like.
And then somebody whispered in his ear, no balls.
Come downstairs. And so then she did the world's most expensive haircut. And She just Instagram me. She's like, Chris, thank you
That's got
so
to be
much.
super cool for her, where she's like, I can add that to my portfolio
Yeah,
thing.
but it all comes back to what can you do for someone else? Because
Yeah,
if you're gonna go on stage, excuse my language, and swing your dick and be like, I'm the world's best hypnotist, I'm the funniest hypnotist, I'm the fastest hypnotist, I do all these great things, I am the, I am the, I am the, I
Jim
am
Kelman.
boring. Everyone else is interesting. Turn it on them. Keep the mirror looking at other people. And then
Oh yeah.
the things that you see, you talk about. You pull that out. You encourage that.
No, and that kind of embodies like the spirit of Jim. He
Yeah.
was all about what can I do to help other people and generate their success. But I mean, that's going to be. I'm going to kind of brag for you, just based on listening to what you had to say. Is you've got Mr. Beast, convinced, a handful of other influencers. You've got a barber who goes, I just did the most expensive haircut.
On
All,
the biggest YouTuber. Yeah.
yeah,
During one of the biggest fundraisers ever.
yeah, and that's and it's and then you get to say I was a part of that.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
you're right.
the people who take the time to reach out to you directly and go, yeah, Chris was pretty awesome. Thank you so much. And just the gratitude, like the barber lady, you could probably call her tomorrow and go, hey, I need a favor that's in your realm of expertise. And she would be like, yeah, dude, I got you. I will drop whatever I need to.
Yes. We were on Instagram and she said, thank you so much. And I was like, all right, now it's time for you to give me a favor. I want to be friends forever.
Yeah.
Deal. So that makes me happy.
No, it's and even going back to January, we had the kind of the Legends Roundtable, and Kevin Lapine. Somebody asked him about like his success, and he goes, "I stood on the shoulders of giants."
Yeah.
And for you to be up there with Salish and all those guys, like you guys are the giants that kind of the rest of us that are putting on these conferences and just starting out a performance career and everything like that. We look to you guys for the guidance and the mentorship, and it's just been such a pleasant surprise. I've been pleasantly surprised with just how giving you guys have been.
That's cool. Thank you.
So
I can keep going on. Shawn, anything that
yeah.
we want to share for the good of the group?
You know what? There's a couple of things here. We welcome Mark Barris, who has one of the largest Facebook groups for hypnotists.
Mm-hmm.
And he mentioned everything that you just said. Excellent advice. Keep it in the second person. And I would echo that. When I go up on stage, I will tell the crowd that I'm not the funny one. I'm a teacher, so if you want teacher humor, I can be funny. But the stars of the show are the ones that are going to be far more interesting and far more funny. And then when I invite them up, I will often, very first thing I say is, you must have the very first requirement, you must have a personality, which always gets a laugh. And then the finger pointing happens. Well, we know who the personalities are in our group, so and you get up there, and it's just it kicks things off nicely. That it's not centered on me. Yes, I'll be the director and the choreographer, but I'm not going to be the main star of the show.
Now, what's the? I don't want to butcher the quote that you use, Chris. It's like, I just get up on stage and like I put people to sleep, then they do the funny. Or I want you to share that with people.
Get them to like you. Get your volunteers. Say go to sleep, and do the funny. Get out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Just let them do the funny. So many hypnotists, and I am guilty of this. I have been guilty. I'll probably be guilty of it again. You're afraid the hypnosis part isn't going to work. So you do a pre-talk that's 30 minutes,
Mhm.
and then you go, oh, well, they had to get to know me, they had to like me. Here's my theory. The average good hypnotist is elevator funny. Anyone can be funny in an elevator between first floor and third floor if you have an elevator funny pitch.
Mhm.
If you're going to skyscraper and it's going to take a full minute, they're just laughing because they're stuck with you. Same with these
Right.
hypnotists who talk for 90 minutes, 30 minutes at the beginning of a show. Like you're not that funny. They're nervous at the beginning. Haha, haha. They want to be liked by you, so they're haha. It's like, well, a woman, I would assume on a date, when a
Mhm.
man just keeps talking and they're like, oh, that's interesting. What? Really? You in college did what? They're just waiting for the meal to be over.
Right.
Hi, I'm a hypnotist. If you want to know how this works, I have a book in the back. You can pick it up. If you want to know the crazy thing that's happened, there's a DVD in the back. I have it on USB. I have it at instant download. Hi, I need some volunteers. If you want to volunteer, come on stage.
Yeah, because I've studied some of your shows that have been on YouTube, and both you and Salish, and having watched Salish and Michael DeShalit, also seeing Kevin's show live in Vegas, there's kind of a quick Mythbusters. Here's what you're not going to do. We're going to keep you safe, take care of you, those types of things. But yeah, it's I know that I'm kind of watching some of the comments, and I do recall Becky asked, "What kind of dog do you have?
Yeah.
What's the dog's name?" Because
This dog is a lifesaver. This dog appeared in our life when
Mhm.
his name is Bentley. When I was on the road, my wife was at home with maybe a 2-year-old daughter, probably 2. Yeah, post-pandemic, and it was post-pandemic. I'm trying to make all this money back. I probably agreed to like 17 shows in like 20 days. And she goes, this isn't fun. I don't like this. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, we can look at next year. It's not fair. I'm sorry.
But I also like clean underwear in a house.
Right. And she goes, a woman on Facebook is giving away a dog. We might get a dog. And then I remember at like midnight, she calls me like, this lady's at our house because she's a firefighter chief. And she just got off work. She's dropping off this dog. So this dog was given to the fire department. And they're like, it's a cute ass dog.
Oh, so somebody surrendered the dog to the fire department.
And they're like, we can't use this dog for fire.
It's not a Dalmatian.
Can't do shit. So she had the dog for a while, and then she got a new partner, and she's like, I can't. It's not fair.
Mhm.
So we got Bentley, and Bentley is definitely my daughter's best friend. And this dog definitely helped when I was gone, and I couldn't cuddle, and I couldn't be with my lady. So he's a good man. This one.
No, that's awesome. And so going, I know we kind of touched on this in the intro and everything like that, but if you want to take the viewers through, with all of the professions, and whatnot, how do you trip, stumble, Forrest Gump your way into hypnosis and actually being on stage?
That's a great, honest to God question. I'd love to answer it. I have to go into dad mode again. Like,
No,
I get to go into dad mode, but
right.
turn it back on you.
Mhm.
You pre-ordered a copy of my book,
I did.
Confessions of a College
I actually need
Hypnotist.
some I need to do some proofreading. I owe that
Yes.
to you.
There's you, and I think Paul, and the judge hypnotist, JoBeth. You
Oh,
three,
judgmentalist.
yeah, thank you. You all pre-ordered copies.
Mhm.
So with your permission, I'm gonna, in the print copy, thank you all for your pre-orders. I'm going to do that. But it talks about me doing grad school, college, failing, flopping on stage.
Mm-hmm.
They saw the string as I'm levitating a playing card. And I'm like, I'm not doing levitation. And then mentalism. Well, you pre-selected people. All right, fine. I'm not doing mentalism. I'm straight up a hypnotist. The
Right.
day that I divorced my heart from magic tricks and said I'm going to be a hypnotist, I moved my stuff in my dad's house. I gambled and gambled like this. And it's been a crazy 15-year career. So that's all in the book. It's going to be cool. I definitely have my secrets and my suggestions for this craft that is an art. But
How long into it were, and I won't keep you too much longer. How long into from your first stage show to where you were like, okay, this clicked, I can switch to full time. Like this is my jam.
The first show was in a residence hall, and it was for like 10 people, and I saw people like become Spider-Man. I was like, oh shit, it worked.
Yeah.
It worked. Oh, and like they went to sleep, and I was like, I don't even have a routine ready. I don't have what routine do I do? Like I got them to go to sleep. This is the best part ever. It's like if I said pick any card you want, and out of 52 cards, I go two of hearts, and you're like, yeah. I'm like, holy shit, we had a miracle. The show's over.
You were expecting him to pick anything, and you're like, okay, Brian Brushwood.
Yeah.
Imagine if that would have been really cool if it worked, and then move on. And there's a fun story about him, but we're gonna have to have you come back to like a 2.0 to go into that.
Christina wants the link to your book so she can pre-order as well.
Oh, Tina, you have my email. You have my text. Just shoot me a text. You'll also, in the book, get my suggested readings. So let's just see real fast. There's my John Cena, because that's my guy. Hypnosis for Running, Adam Eastman, David's Living Beyond Limits, which is fantastic. Of course.
That's not David Goggins, is it?
I've read David Goggins' book.
Okay.
I don't have it here. I've got Richard Bandler. I've got Healing the Enemy, Larry Garrett. Fantastic. Let me drop this. There's Freddie's book, of course. Reality is Plastic, his son's book. The Way of the Superior Hypnotist is a fantastic book. I cannot recommend this enough.
Mm-hmm.
Larry told me, I'm not writing a book saying I am a superior hypnotist. I'm saying this is the way a superior hypnotist should move about in life. This book is fantastic. He said, I'm going to make a book that you won't find material in any other book, and he succeeded. So kudos there. Of course, there's the Alan Carr's Quit Drinking, Quit Smoking. That worked on me for drinking. And Steve Tallman's great books, Performing Hypnosis, Rich Guzzi, Work Smart, Jason Lynette, Anthony Gailey, rest in peace. And Jim's book is here somewhere. I also have my great friend Jessica Crowley's book, Reinforce Your Anchor to Greatness. Yeah, so you'll get my suggested reading list with the book as well. Yeah.
Chris, I've got the assist. Jim Kellner, your life sucks, and here's how to fix it.
I'll be very honest. I put the books based on the authors I know. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So he breaks up the fake doctors from the real doctors. Jim's book.
Yeah. No, that's pretty awesome.
But tomorrow I'm gonna fly and do a show in New York, and then I saw Cindy was on here. I'm gonna see Cindy in Columbus area, I think on Friday. Literally, Cindy's like, hey, what time are we gonna see you on Friday? I'm like, Cindy, I gotta be on this podcast. My basement's full of water. I will talk to you soon. You want to think about Friday? I got to get to this basement, my own basement. So,
that lady hypnotist Christina says the way of the superior hypnotist is so good. Dog ate it.
That's how you know all books are good. If a dog eats it, then it must be good.
Yeah.
The Power of Intention by Dr. Wayne Dyer. Cool. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. So
Thank you
we're
both. Shawn, consider yourself hugged until I see you in person. Same thing, Brian.
looking forward to it. We're gonna try to get you. I'm working on a couple of things to see if we can't do something in and around Washington State.
Yes.
I'll connect with you probably later this week or next, just to kind of get some ideas on stuff. But yeah, normally we have you do a hypnosis session thing, but one of the things we've got to do, everybody in the comment section, place your bets. Is Chris a friend or frenemy?
Oh yes,
So
we definitely have to do the question.
Lightning round. There's I would say there's no wrong answers, but Chris, I don't want to lie to you. So I think Chicago would. I think Chicago is an appropriate place to have their expert opinion on this. So we'll give people a quick couple minutes or minute or two. So put hashtag friend or hashtag frenemy. Place your bets, everybody. I'm gonna let's see. I'm gonna go
Ben Garcia.
Oh no, go back. Everybody.
So they're voting right now to say if they're my friend or my frenemy?
No, if you are a friend or a frenemy. So I've got a.
Okay. So, but like if they see me as like an ally or like an
No,
ally,
this is based on how you answer the question. It'll make sense in
Okay.
about a minute. So
Okay.
I have locked
I got you.
my vote in. So Chris Jones.
Please.
Actually, Shawn, drum roll, please.
A drum roll. Oh, wait a minute. How about this?
Yes. Chris Jones, your personal opinion, not if it's there, I'll eat it.
Okay.
You're ordering Chicago deep dish pizza.
Yep.
Is pineapple on that pizza? Yes or no?
No.
So now I hope it makes sense.
A friend.
Makes complete sense. I love pineapple pizza, period. It's great with
Said
chicken,
nobody ever.
but you're not supposed to do it with deep dish. It doesn't make sense. It's not accurate. No.
Oh, wait. So there's an asterisk on this.
Pizza with pineapple, that's fine. New York has its place. You fold the pizza up, you let the oil drip a little bit. It's fantastic. Deep dish should not go with pineapple. You need a fork and knife for good deep dish. And there should be cornbread in the crust. Illuminati's is my go-to for deep dish pizza, period, not a comma. The pineapple, that's when you're clearly being exotic, but that's just a different vibe. It's like putting mustard on rice. No.
Oh God, Shawn, it's like he's got dual citizenship now.
Well,
I don't know how to. I don't know how to rule on this.
I think the way you ask the question is the way that we rule. So on a deep dish pizza, no.
All right, I'm going to take my victories where I can get them.
No, it's a fun little way because everybody who knew Jim knew that he had this aversion to pineapple on pizza,
sacrilegious. I think is how he described it.
Well, there were stronger words, and they'll get us demonetized.
That's funny.
Say them online, right? So yeah, it was one of those things where, it's okay. Have we all eaten it at some point in our lives? Yes, but the people that don't eat it anymore they have a more evolved sensibility.
No, that's.
And now I'll do my standard. I apologize to the rest of the world that a Canadian invented ham and pineapple pizza.
It's good. but deep dish is just, it's a different type of good. I'm gonna leave in a minute. It's kind of like John Mulaney. No, it's Mike Birbiglia. Mike Birbiglia, he describes being in love. Being in love is kind of like pizza flavored ice cream. Because pizza's great and ice cream is great, but when you're in love, it's like how these two things go together. It's so great. That's Mike Birbiglia.
The inner family law paralegal in me is like going, well, it explains a lot of how divorce,
Yeah,
that
makes sense.
become, rises up. But no, it makes a lot of sense.
We're getting some comments from TikTok as well. Love pineapple on everything from Ontario, Canada. Surprisingly, Ontario, Canada is where pineapple pizza comes from. So, yes. So we have
I'm
some
gonna
friends in front of
run
me.
so I can seduce my beautiful wife, hopefully, and hopefully I'll see y'all in Detroit.
And then fingers crossed for PHS in Vegas.
Yes, please. That's always during our anniversaries. That's another like tricky one, but I'll do my best.
You gotta bring her down. or is Vegas like, yeah, I don't know.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, because you guys are gonna. Wife is due in December, right?
She is.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty dope.
We'll at least steal you for a couple of days. So, but yeah, I think we'll let you get going. We're definitely gonna have to have you back on for a part 2.
Please,
there's some stuff coming up, that we're excited, and yeah.
So I think, keep an eye out for Chris online, because the shows get advertised all the time, and you never know. He just may pop up on a live somewhere with some guy. You never know.
Never know. Starting September 12th, Fridays in Chicago, I have a residency at Comedy Sports, aka IO. So September 12th, from those Fridays on, I'll be hanging out doing improv hypnosis with whoever shows up on stage with me.
Nice.
Oh, that's the one you were telling me about.
It's gonna be great.
You did.
So if you want to commute to Chicago, fly in O'Hare, and then join us in Detroit, it's just a 4-hour drive.
And then is that the one with was it Swiss Beats?
Or is that good memory?
Sung Beats. I'm sorry.
He won Showtime at the Apollo.
So is that every Friday night, or is that just the single show?
Every Friday I get to invite whoever I want to join me on stage. So he'll be there just for the 12th.
Okay, awesome. Well, yeah, that's wonderful. I will make sure that I connect with you, get some comments added with all that information, so that people can see it on YouTube and on Facebook. Doing everything we can to support your show and promote that.
Thank you. And I'm gonna leave in a second. Ben Garcia, I see you. You saw Flip Orley at the Tempe Improv. Flip Orley is probably the funniest hypnotist without music, without anything but himself and his volunteers, period. He doesn't need props. He doesn't bring nothing but chairs on stage. I've seen him destroy after losing 27 volunteers and only keeping 3. And I tell you what, that's the guy who does the comedy hypnosis right.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
No, we're going to let you get going. So, Shawn, do you want to take us out?
Yep, it's that time. And as always, we sign off with Jim's signature sign off. So until next week, take care, stay well, be awesome.
Stay free, everybody.
Mahalo. Thanks, everybody.